Well, dozens of new surveillance cameras are going up to help the NOPD watch over parts of the French Quarter, but their placement has some residents confused. Rachel Hamlin joining us now live from the French Quarter. Rachel, what are residents really confused about?
Well, what they're saying is that the cameras seem really low to the ground. A viewer who lives in the quarter was the first one that brought this to our attention. We're standing here at the corner of Bourbon and Governor Nichols, and you can see one of the cameras right here. Now, I'm 5'5", and you can see there's about 3 feet of space between the top of my head and the bottom of the camera. Someone taller than me could easily reach up and touch it, and people who live here are worried that that's exactly what could happen and that people could do worse.
There are more than 24 new crime cameras in the French Quarter, and they might not fit with the neighborhood's historic look, but plenty of people who live there are happy.
I think it's a great tool for the police to have.
I'd rather protect myself from crime than the aesthetics.
Something they noticed, though, the cameras are very close to the ground. Most of the cameras we saw were mounted on the French Quarter's short streetlights, so there's only so high up they could go.
In the absence of a robust NOPD, and especially the 8th District, these are kind of a force multiplier.
Erin Holmes leads Vieux Carré Property Owners, Residents, and Associates, or VC Pora. She says the cameras are there to monitor the streets where police can't. VC Pora was not behind the placement of the cameras.
The actual number of crime cameras and the locations that were designated, we didn't have a lot of input into that.
Holmes does believe there's a risk people will tamper with them.
It wouldn't be too difficult to kind of get up there and remove them or mess with them in some kind of way. Anything in the French Quarter is in danger of being tampered with. We do have a rowdy crowd that comes through.
The money for the new cameras came from a sales tax that's only on goods and services sold in the quarter. That means the whole city didn't foot the bill, mostly tourists and residents. They have mixed feelings on whether the placement is a big concern.
They should have already established the scope of the work, and basically based on the recommendation, they should have said it should be X amount of off the ground so that it won't be tampered with by anybody.
Anything could be vandalized. They'll be on camera vandalizing it, and I think it's worth, the possibility.
As for why they weren't mounted on the streetlights in the first place instead of separately so they could be higher up, we couldn't get a clear answer. A city spokesperson only said the Office of Homeland Security talked with District C Councilmember Freddie King about whether the concerns about people tampering with the cameras were valid. He added there haven't been any recent reports of it happening, it's not common, and if it does happen, the city will deal with it quickly.
Now, we did reach out to Councilmember Freddie King's office, but we weren't able to get in touch with him in time for this newscast. In the French Quarter, Rachel Handley, WWL Louisiana.